Ever feel like your brain has 72 browser tabs open, and a few of them are playing music, but you can't find where? Welcome to the club. Now imagine this. Your mind is a Zen garden, calm, ordered. Gravel raked into perfect swirls. A single breeze passes, and instead of chaos, it flows through you like a poem. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, it turns out the Japanese have been tending their mental gardens for centuries, with philosophies not just poetic, but powerfully practical. These aren't just cool cultural ideas. They're mental models, ways of thinking that can shift how you see the world and handle stress, choices, and change. Ready to rake the gravel? Here are 7 Japanese mental models you can start using today to embrace calm, find clarity, and move forward with intention. 1. Ikigai, your reason for being. Ever heard of the phrase reason for being? Ikigai is exactly that, the sweet spot where what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for all intersect. Think of Ikigai like a compass guiding you through the fog of endless choices. When you know your Ikigai, daily decisions get clearer and your actions gain meaning. Reflection prompt. What's one activity that makes time fly by and makes you feel truly alive? For me, writing fits that bill most days. But I'm not gonna lie, on days when I make $5 for a post I slaved over for 5 hours, I sometimes wonder if my Ikigai should be something more profitable. Why Ikigai isn't just passion. Not just passion. Passion can be fickle. Ikigai is deeper, like a slow-burning fire you can cook a life over. Ask anyone who started a novel in 2018 and hasn't opened the file since. Ikigai is more grounded. It's about paying attention to what makes you come alive right now, balanced with reality. Think of Ikigai like Google Maps for your soul. It helps you navigate life using 4 simple but profound questions. What do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? What can you get paid for? Where those circles overlap. That's your Ikigai. Instead of forcing yourself to pick one life path early, Ikigai invites you to explore the overlap between these areas. A moving target, not a fixed destination. Try this. What's one thing you could do for hours and forget to check your phone? 2. Kaizen, continuous improvement. Kaizen is less about crushing goals and more about gently nudging yourself forward, one baby step at a time. You don't run a marathon by jumping the whole distance. You start by walking to the mailbox, then maybe to the park, then maybe a jog. That's Kaizen. Improvement so small, it almost feels silly, until it stacks up. We've all been there, staring at a huge project or life change that feels so overwhelming, we freeze or procrastinate. Enter Kaizen, the art of small, continuous improvement. Imagine a Japanese businessman, Hiroshi, who couldn't get himself to run. So, on day 1, he just put on his sneakers and stood on his porch. That was his entire workout. By day 30, he was jogging laps around the block, not because he pushed hard, but because small daily habits trickled into momentum, like water slowly carving a stone. The Kaizen mindset. Forget radical overnight change. Aim for 1% better today than yesterday. Your brain learns to seek progress, not perfection. Practical tip. Want to meditate for 30 minutes daily? Start with just 1 minute today. That's Kaizen. Tomorrow, maybe 2 minutes. Beware of the illusion trap. Self-help hoarding growth. Bullet journaling won't cure regret. Rearranging pens fixing your life. Kaizen is unsexy, slow, and definitely not Instagrammable. But it's real. 3. Wabi-sabi. Beauty in imperfection. Ever dropped your favorite mug, glued it back together, and somehow liked it more? That's wabi-sabi. It's the idea that imperfection is beautiful and even desirable. It teaches us to stop chasing flawless and start embracing real. Like laughing too loud, a scar on your cheek, typos in an email, hopefully not this one. Reminder: perfection is a moving target with a broken GPS. I used to hate my laugh, thought it was too loud. I used to try and laugh more politely, whatever that means. Now I laugh like a goat on helium and I feel honest. Wabi Sabi says, your flaws are not glitches, they're features. When you feel too flawed to move forward, Wabi Sabi says, cracks tell stories. Enough is a myth. Your mess is part of your charm. Try this. Stop editing that email for the 15th time. Press send. Perfect is an illusion. 4. Shikata ga nai. It cannot be helped. Some things you just can't change. Traffic jams, bad weather, or people who will never say sorry. Shikata ga nai means it cannot be helped. It's a powerful mental reset to accept what's out of your control and stop wasting energy resisting. You rant, you spiral, you stress, but then you remember. Shikata ga nai. It means it cannot be helped. Not as a shrug of apathy, but a bow of acceptance. Picture a bamboo stalk in the wind. It bends so it doesn't break. When to use it? Stuck in traffic and late? Shikata ga nai. Rejected by a client? Shikata ga nai. When a meeting gets canceled last minute? Shikata ga nai. When the weather ruins your weekend? Shikata ga nai. Life hands you a pile of rocks. Instead of yelling at them, Shikata ga nai invites you to ask, can I build something from these rocks? Shikata ga nai doesn't fix things. It frees you from trying to fix what can't be fixed. What it teaches us: not all problems have fixes. Not all problems are yours to solve. Control is often an illusion. Sometimes silence and acceptance are more powerful than action. 5. Zanshin. The remaining mind. Picture a samurai firing an arrow. Now imagine that moment after the arrow flies. He doesn't move, doesn't celebrate, doesn't relax. He holds his posture. That's still awareness? That's zanshin. It's the art of lingering attention even after the action is done. In today's world, we often rush from task to task on autopilot, barely noticing what we just did. Practice zanshin by, after sending an important email, pause, breathe, observe. After finishing a workout, sit quietly for a moment to feel the effect. After a conversation, reflect briefly instead of jumping into the next. 6. Mottainai, waste nothing. You know that pang when you toss food or cancel a plan last minute? That's mottainai, the respectful regret of waste. But it's not just about recycling. It's about mindful use of what you already have: your time, your energy, your talents, even your past mistakes. Reframe this. Don't doom scroll. Use that 10 minutes to read one page or learn a new word in Japanese. Don't trash your old blog, revise and repost. Don't regret old failures, reuse their lessons. Recycle ideas you shelved years ago instead of starting fresh every time. Even broken things can serve. Mottainai teaches you to look again. 7. Yūgen, profound mystery. Ever stared at the moon through fog and felt something? That quiet awe, that goosebump you can't explain, that's yūgen. Yūgen is the feeling you get when watching the moon through mist, or hearing a distant flute that tugs at your soul, the beauty of what cannot be explained. It teaches us that not everything needs to be named, fixed, or understood. Some things are meant to be felt, not filed. Practice this. Watch a tree sway. Listen to a sad song in a language you don't speak. Read a poem and let it linger. Allow yourself to be moved without needing a why. Yūgen says, stop solving. Start sensing. Practice like a Zen gardener. These 7 Japanese mental models are more than philosophies. They're mental muscles you can train. Like a gardener tending a Zen garden, Don't rush. Gently place one stone, rake a small patch of gravel, and watch the patterns emerge. Challenge for you. Pick one model this week, maybe shikata ganai, and use it when you face something frustrating. Notice how it changes your reaction. Then try another next week. Slowly, your mental garden will become a place of calm, clarity, and meaning even when the leaf blower of life is roaring.